Election Day is today. We talked to the candidates for governor about their policies.
Fall sports have come to a close and winter sports are coming up. We have the tryout schedule.
Davison Early College deadline is this week. What you need to know. DTV News starts right now. Election Day is today, and it's important for Michiganders to be educated on who they vote for. Happy Election Day, Davison.
In the studio, we have Cooper Austin, who was the only high school reporter at the first Michigan governor's debate in Grand Rapids, and he had the opportunity to interview the candidates. Cooper?
The two candidates, Gretchen Whitmer and Tudor Dixon, went through a diverse amount of topics from their first debate, and many of the plans discussed are far from small and would change students' day-to-day life. The 2022 Michigan gubernatorial debate is the first in Michigan's history to be all-female. The incumbent Governor Whitmer and her opponent Tudor Dixon showed their differences from the very start.
When we stay focused on what really matters, it's a lot easier to see we all want the same things. Great schools, good jobs, safe roads, and communities.
The last 4 years have been disappointing at best. Everything is more expensive. Our communities are less safe. Our job creators struggle to create jobs, and many are saying they think the American dream in the state of Michigan is dead.
Throughout the debate, the two candidates went through many hard topics.
Tudor Dixon posted on her social media a picture of her shooting a gun with the caption that said, "Gun control means using both hands." She is too dangerous and too out of touch to be trusted with protecting our kids. She'll put the Second Amendment before second graders every time.
She wants to make sure your kids are in a sitting duck zone where there can be no guns and there's no protection against them. The idea that she thinks that having any type of weapon is too dangerous for the state of Michigan, she'll take all of your guns away.
And after the debate, hot topics such as the environment and parental control in schools came up.
Well, we've already made Michigan a leader when it comes to green energy jobs, to making our policies, from using executive authority to do so. I want to codify those. I want to make sure they transcend any individual administration. We need to continue to build out our energy alternatives.
If you look today, actually, there's quite a bit of news that there are folks in Dearborn who feel as though there's some questionable sexual material in their schools. We've also seen the Department of Ed come out and say that they want to start talking to kids about pronouns and gender and name changes.
We have learned so much about these candidates during this debate, but there is still 3.5 weeks to go, so there's so much that can still happen. Cooper Austin, DTV News.
Getting opportunities to pave your future after high school is what early college is all about. Davison Early College is now accepting applications. Students applying to the program have been asked to email their teachers and counselors and ask for a recommendation to enroll in the program. This is only for sophomores. The deadline is November 10th, so make sure to get them in. Another way to get sophomores involved in what they want to be after high school is the GCI Roadshow. The Roadshow is a presentation where the Genesee Career Institute directors will discuss the programs they offer. The Roadshow will be at DHS on November 10th during second hour. If you're interested, you must sign up in the counseling office.
National Technical Honor Society is now at the high school. An informational meeting is on Wednesday, November 16th in the Media Center from 8:45 a.m. to 9:15 a.m. All applications for NTHS are due Friday, November 18th by the end of the day. All students willing to participate should have received a letter. If you didn't and you think you should have, you can stop by the Media Center and speak to Miss C. The student parking lot is now full. If you are in need of a spot, you can go see Mrs. Morrison in the main office to be added to the wait list. And for those students already parking on campus, make sure to park in your designated spot, and if someone is in yours, report that issue to the office.
The Student Council is hosting their annual Cider and Donuts on November 16th. A donut and a cup of cider is $1 each. If you want a tasty fall treat, make sure to stop by in front of the main office before first hour. Speaking of tasty treats, Key Club is selling their Sour Suckers. They are only $1 each. Just look for someone with a little brown box. Make sure to get yours before they are gone.
Intersession is now over and clubs are back to their normal scheduled meetings. The Small Engine Club is meeting after school today in the Small Engine Lab at 3. Past and present small engine students in good standing are eligible to participate. Another club meeting after school is Vex Robotics Club in room 117 in the Davison Alternative Building. Anyone is open to participate. The National Honor Society has after-school tutoring for anyone who needs help. It will be in the Media Center. No need to sign up, just look for specific tables. Football is often more than just a game. Find out more about Davison's football star Jalen Flowers later in sports.
And the early November temps still haven't hit our min, with it still feeling like late September. Find out about the warm-up and weather.
DTV is your best source of weather information in Davison. DTV has some of the most advanced weather technology available for high school, including Live View, where you can see exactly what the weather is in Davison going on right now, time-lapse of what the weather looked like over the last 24 hours, and so much more. You can follow it on our weather stem and our social media. DTV Weather, keeping you safe and informed.
I got Jimmy Collins on the slam!
Davison football is something everyone from the community loves to come around and watch on Friday nights. For some, those Friday night lights have a meaning. For Davison Cardinal football star Jalen Flowers, the game is his escape and his team is his family.
Midfield, the senior with a burst of speed. Can they catch him? Jay Flowers fighting for the corner and he's in.
It just takes a lot of things off my mind to where it's like when I'm playing football, nothing else matters. Just me and the team winning the football game.
Even though Jalen Flowers uses football as his escape, he still carries the weight of reality with every step. Jay transferred to Davison his freshman year and wanted to bring his brother Nicholas with him.
If I wasn't there to take care of him, he was going to do something that he'd regret, and that's what happened.
Jay's 16-year-old brother Nicholas was shot and killed on July 21st, 2021.
Me and him did everything together, all types of sports, football, and like he motivated me to do better because he always looked up to me.
It's short and painful. 2 months later, Jay's dad was stabbed to death. Jay continued to use football as his escape, but even that was taken away from him when he injured his foot and was out of the game the beginning of his 2021 season.
I was lost for a long time. I didn't want to do anything, and I didn't want to talk to people because I was so hurt, and I was just depressed deep down because I was still in a cast and I couldn't play football. And I had just lost my little brother, so it's like everything was going wrong for me and I didn't have anything else to rely on.
He continued to push through the pain, but he didn't have to look too far for support. It was his family on the sidelines he turned to.
Can you wave to us?
I really just relied on my friends, and my friends was there for me. I just hang out with them every day because they wouldn't just let me sit around and be sad about it. They'd tell me everything gonna be okay and I'll be back soon, and they'd just help me and guide the way for me.
Somebody passes or something like that, you want to do it for them even more than what you was before. You know, he got his cleats on. He got his cleats for his Rip Nick cleats. Them is tough. You know, he put them boys on. He was speeding. You know how he get down.
With the support Jay got from his family, he continued to put in the hard work and dedication every day to make it to where he is today. He currently has a total of 893 yards and 15 touchdowns this season. He won ABC 12's Athlete of the Week and continues to strive to meet his and his team's goal to make it back to Ford Field.
Can't nobody try to cover up the pain that, from a blood brother or from a blood dad. But just them being there for me and just talking to me and not just letting me sit around and sob all day. And really them just being my friends. Because I consider every single one of my friends as family. So it's yeah, you might lose some family, but you also gain a lot of them.
His strive for success comes from the pain within, but knows he couldn't have done it without the ones he holds closest to him, and most importantly, the ones looking down on him.
He said he's proud of me and keep going, and it's always the life that he wanted me to live.
Cami Abenaj, DTV News.
What a great story and what a great season Jalen has had so far. Davison and Jay went into the biggest game of their year against the Clarkson Wolves. The Cars won their first matchup this season, but on Friday night, the stakes were so much higher. Clarkson started off fast. When they ran the option, number 8 QB Mike Hine, he was looking like Lamar. He took off for a whopping 61 yards down the field. This rambling, scrambling man led the Wolves to go up 7-0 on the very first drive of the game. Braylon Himmeline saw Hine and he said, "I can do that too." So he took the rock himself and ran over a Clarkson defender to get the first down. Then linebacker Carter Harriman came out and leaped his way into the end zone to tie the game up 7 apiece. Later in the second quarter, Clarkson has the ball up by 1, so obviously they got to hand it off the wrecking ball, aka Ethan Clark, the 3-star Princeton commit, as he breaks free on a huge 50-yard TD run. He held a majority of the 526 yards on the ground the Wolves had. As we see, Clark absolutely controlled this game, breaking off on another big-time run, putting the Wolves up by 2 tutties. The Cards could not manage to come back even after this nice lateral from Billy to Tion. Davison lost 49-40 and the Wolves ended their run in the 2022 playoffs. Great job to the guys on an amazing season. For anyone interested in playing girls soccer in the spring, text DAV Girls Soc to 81010 to join the Remind group. Speaking of soccer, the guys just ended their season a couple weeks ago. Brady Titsworth had a historic year, passing the previous record for most goals in a single season. He smashed it while getting 7 goals in a single night against Swartz Creek to defeat the Dragons and move past the first round of playoffs. Sadly for the boys, they lost to Clarkson the next week to end their season. Great job on how far they got, and we cannot wait to see them more next year. If you got your yellow card, let's take a look at where you can head to make the teams. Next Monday the 14th, there will be a ton of teams holding tryouts, so get your listening ears ready. From 2:45 to 3:45, both girls and guys bowling squads will be at Rollaway Lanes hosting their tryout. If you plan to attend, there will be a $5 fee to bowl. Then from 3 to 5, the girls basketball team will be in the DHS gym. At the same time, a room over, Zach Hall and his back-to-back state championship wrestling team will be hitting the mats for their team tryouts. If you are interested in striking out, breaking some ankles, or even taking someone to the floor, come out and show your moves. All the coaches would love to see what you got. Maddox, I was up in the press box for the football game, and it was freezing. I'm hoping for a big warm-up. Is that going to be the case?
Chayton, you're in luck because we will be seeing unseasonable warmer weather for the next couple days. Good afternoon, Davison, and let's get right into our 4-day forecast. So we start off today as a pretty seasonable 52 degrees and a chilly low of 37 degrees with some partly cloudy skies. But as you can see, as we go into Thursday, we warm up to 72 degrees with a low of 51 degrees with also partly cloudy skies. But that unfortunately does not last long as we go into the end of the week with a high of 58 and a low all the way down at 34 with dreary cloudy conditions. As we take a look at our radar, you can see all across our beautiful mitten, nothing is on the radar as we are dealing with a blank slate of precipitation. As we take a look at our weather cam, our current temperature is 50 degrees with the wind blowing out of the west at 7 miles per hour as beautiful sunny skies and partly cloudy skies overlook the entire horizon. That's all for me. I'll send it back to Cammie on the desk.
If you would like to see student life here at Davison, but on a more modern and fun type of social media, DTV has a TikTok. Make sure to check us out at DTV Official. We will keep up with the students and get their votes on new things. Be sure to follow us.
Halloween was over the weekend. I personally dressed up as Jack Skellington. What did you guys do?
I went to a Halloween party and I dressed up as a witch.
That sounds like so much fun, honestly.
Yeah, I handed out candy with my family, watched a couple movies. Real good time.
Yeah, me too. I hung out with family and it was actually very, very fun. Have a great day, Davison, and we'll see you tomorrow.